Oh my freaking crap. I can't really cuss yet until we're like 35 seconds into the live stream because the monetization when it comes to YouTube, if I say certain explicit words in the first 15 to 30 seconds, everything gets limited, and therefore my CPM goes from like $9 to like $2.50. But no, I have to give it up to the giant community for making me feel like I'm an idiot because I'm technically inclined and my mic wasn't working. So I really appreciate all the silly comments that I was getting. I'm all reading like, what the heck? I'm a goober doing all this stuff. So for those of you that don't know, because I deleted the video because there's two different thumbnails, it's just confusing as fuck. I believe now we're 56 seconds in. I can now start being explicit. But I didn't have this stupid mic that's $400 was not working. But no, I had a gummy bear problem. That's why I'm off, because I didn't have my Costco cookies, and I'm sitting here at like 900 milligrams of caffeine, and I'm just bummed about everything. But I was making a joke about Cooksy because the bet is still alive. Jett as now, 8-0, so it's great. But I did make a prediction, because we all know predictions only really count if you were somewhat correct, because if you did make a prediction and it didn't come true, well, you just forget you even made the prediction. But if you have one and it's kind of real, well, then you get to share it. You got to be a dickhead and share it. So I'm going to be a dickhead and share what I thought Kenny was going to do. So here, listen up, boys. Championship, I believe it was like 2016, 2017, but I digress. He's signed a 3-year deal with World Supercross. Damn it, we're gonna have to listen to me here.
He's not going to jeopardize July 1st of his first race for something like this. I don't think he's going to go for broke. I think he's going to go out there. He's going to get the whole shot so that he gets out front, gets away from all the nasty mess. And then if Jett passes him, he's going to let him pass him. And I think he's got an 80% ability to, what I mean by that is he's going to ride at about 80%. And I think he could still finish second. So I'm going to say Roczen goes 2-2. Whole shot, at least one race, and goes 2-2.
I was so close. Actually, that is a really good episode, guys, if you want to check. Right around the 35 to 40-minute mark, Derek Harris blows our minds with some suspension stuff, and I do feel like it's kind of ironic that on the broadcast there's a lot of suspension going on, but whatever. I digress. If I'm talking about Kenny, man, wow, what a stud to come out here and basically put it down. And the bike needs an electric start, because if he would have got an electric start, I would have been right. Whole shot, second. But no, we have to have this stupid kickstart and have this hot, modded out motor to where it doesn't want to get going. So he finishes 7th, the freaking first moto. But man, for somebody that says he's only practiced twice, he's in sure World Supercross shape. I have some stuff that I can't say on air of my intuition on what's going on. However, man, strong both motos. That was not the Kenny. Is it just because of one race? Because typically we see Kenny go out and we know he's fast. Abso-effing-lutely. We know Kenny is fast. But then what happens after about the 15-minute mark? He falls off the pace and phones it in. Whether it's Epstein-Barr or, adrenal fatigue syndrome, whatever. He can't hold it together. Yes, you can say all you want as far as the whole field has been completely decimated, but you've got guys out there like Cooper Webb that see Ty Masterpool come around him on the outside and pass his ass, and then needs to feel like, man, I have to have a charge because I'm winning the Super Motocross World Championship points, and you've got this 21-year-old Supercuts guy. His hair does look pretty good. That is passing me. So as Bubba said, you need to take your factory card. And a lot of these guys are struggling with that. So even AC stepped up bunch in that second moto, which I'm happy to see. But man, for Kenny to come out and actually pass Jett actually passed Jett. Yeah, he did it once, right? Jett fell down, and then when he got back up, he caught up to Kenny, and then Kenny snuck right back underneath him and made it back, and eventually, Jett went on to win both motos. But that was the first time that's happened this year. Freaking credible. These guys lapped up to 14th place or so. And just for context, you had 87 riders want to try to qualify for the 450 class and 75 for the 250. You had big semi-factory teams like Club MX have guys move from 250 to 450. Why? Well, it's because the field's been decimated. There's more money involved. The entire stuff. Marchbanks went out there smoking a joint, right? Some Mary Jane. He was high as a kite, and he finished second. Like, I can't believe it. Oh, I can believe it, but I'm super pumped for that team. But he ended up pulling off in second moto, almost because he heard a bog, right? The last thing you want to do is hear a bog, especially over some of the quads out there. That is incredible. You never want to have that happen. No. Butthole becomes, this big because you're pinching that sucker because you believe you're going to die. So regardless of what people say out there, I think he did the right thing. I hope Jerry Robin is okay because he ended up having a gnarly crash in Moto 1 because the bikes were so muddy. They went back and, they pressure washed, and I believe I don't know the entire details, but this is what I've heard, is they got water in his kill switch, and somehow it short-circuited, so the bike actually decided to kill itself over a jump. And Highpoint, ironically the name, high, you do not want to be high in the air when your bike decides to go, oh, I'm just going to turn off right now, and hopefully you can pull in the clutch, and hopefully there isn't something in front of you, and hopefully you don't die, because I've just decided to quit on you. Just super, super freaking scary. And what I said that none of you guys could hear previously because my mic was muted and I couldn't freaking figure out how to get it to work. I need to have some more technical stuff, especially with these live shows. I actually really enjoy doing these live shows because we get to eat freaking gummy bears together, and I get to look kind of like an idiot in front of 10,000 people that watch this stuff. But Jett, for being 19 years old, after falling down, I was going, all right, we're going to see what this kid is made of. Can he get back up and not make a stupid mistake and crash again? Because we see that happen a lot with especially rookies, where they have this small little panic moment where they don't believe in themselves as much. They're not as confident. Therefore, they go out and they put themselves on the ground again. The comparison that I'm using is like Levi Kitchen in the 250 class, right? He's 22 years old. And then you've got Deegan in the 250 class who's 17, who just graduated, I believe, the same weekend. So congratulations for, getting that high school diploma, man, because that is something you need to have, right? Even though I think he's going to be well fed for the rest of his life because of the business savvy that his father has led them. There's building a legacy, right? But I digress. My connection is that Jett is closer to the age of Deegan than he is to Levi. Maybe it's like half and half. Maybe that's a really shitty analogy there. But as far as maturity level goes, he's a 450 rider. He has shown today how mature he is, that he can get into people's head and he can keep moving freaking forward. And what noticed on the broadcast that Carmichael actually said, which I agree with, was he was saying that Jett is a type of a rider that is going to do just enough to cash the check. Which is smart, right? That just shows you how incredibly confident you are if you don't feel like you need to just decimate the competition, where you just feel, oh, if I win by the whole Vin Diesel, doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, right? So let's look at some lap times, because that's really what I wanted to show and focus on here. Give me a moment here so that I can zoom in on this so that you can see a little bit more clear. But look at this. Okay, so we got Jett, and this is in Moto 2, right? He's got his fastest lap time at lap 5, and then he goes 2016, 2017, 219, 20, 219, and then all of a sudden a 216. Just drops, then 218, right? Then 219, then 218, and so on and so forth. Let's look at Kenny out front, right? His first fastest lap was lap 3 at a 214, which is relatively close to Jett's on lap 5. But where he really started catching up was lap 8, 10, 11, and 12, where you have 221, 220, 218, 219, and you've got Jett going 219, 219, 216. Just freaking drops the SOB. The bike is just ready to blow up because of the raw speed that he can do that. No other rider is even close to doing that 216 there. And then Kenny was able to stay fairly close to him until he decides to drop another lap on lap 14 of a 218. And lap 14 was a 222 where Kenny gave up at that point, where he's like, nah, there's no way I'm going to continue to hold on to this guy. So I do agree with Carmichael that he's able to just freaking drop the hammer, which is going to prolong his career indefinitely. And this is coming from somebody that I believe his first race, he was leading out front and then ended up wadding hard by endoing over a triple that could have catastrophically ended his career. I'm so happy it didn't, because him and his brother, man, whew. And on the live stream this week, we had some interesting debate as far as the little guys, as far as Hymus, Ryder D, Schwoll, all these newcomers coming in. So you guys should check that out. It's towards the end of the video. I might break them up segment-wise to make some shorts. Who knows what the hell I might do. Depends on how much time I feel like is necessary to do something and if it's going to add any value towards stuff. Anyway, as far as the 250s go, man, RJ, what the hell is going on in the second motos? He just has some dumb luck. He needs to just get through a second moto without making any mistakes, because he can come out and win a first moto and then something stupid happens, right? He's got a 50% chance of something stupid happening, because I know for certain, that it did it at round 1 and now round 4, where it just falls apart from him from winning Moto 1. Round 1, round 4, wins Moto 1, and then it goes backwards. I almost thought maybe something happened with him and Deegan, but no, he ran into his teammate. Unfortunate. The dude is fast as balls, but Jesus, man, what can he do to make it happen by getting two together that's consistent? Is that man just needs to move into a 450? Quite possibly. And I guess the last thing even RJ and Deegan, they got into it, and RJ is probably the only guy besides Hunter in the 250 class where Deegan cannot push around. We saw how that pass went. Deegan was trying to get around a lapper and was cutting back to try to cut the line from RJ, because we all know that Deegan is capable of riding a wide bike. Even if he knows he's slower than the dude behind him, he can still prevent you from passing him, make you get frustrated, and potentially you crash because you start phoning into his pace. So Deegan needs to find just a little bit extra of speed, because he's got the raw talent, he's got the confidence, and he just needs to stay away from guys like Hunter and RJ, because they're not going to fall into the antics of being pushed around, because RJ pretty much pushed back. He put the WFO button and made sure that the pass stuck, which I was impressed to see that. But man, Deegan is going to go 1-1 this year. One round, right? He is the only guy really capable of dethroning Hunter, and I'm saying that right now, at least in the 250 motocross. That is the only guy that could potentially take it away. And I'm bummed to see Cooper out, because, man, you have Martin out, you've got Cooper out. I don't know if it's something to do with the Yamahas, the bad luck, but the motocross is starting to take guys away, just like Supercross did. We're 4 rounds in, and we're already missing a few guys. So who's going to fill in for these riders? I have no idea. But hey, I do want to appreciate everybody that continues to watch my stuff. To be honestly, I appreciate every single one of you guys, as well as how, nice you guys are to me in the chat rooms. And you guys are willing for me to make some mistakes on stuff, right? And eventually this stuff will grow. My production value will get better. I'll be able to hire more people, and we'll really be able to take on some of the other bigger people, right? Because competition, it breeds innovation. And truthfully, I love that these guys are taking a bunch of my ideas on stuff. Anyway, I said it. I did. I really did. But hey, I've got some good stuff planned. I've got some good stuff planned for the broadcast that I saw. It took lots of notes. I've got 9 pages of notes here. But anyway, until next time, keep it WFO, guys. I'm not going to go super loud because happy Father's Day to every single one of you. And I'm going to be polite for a couple people that have headphones in because, last thing I want to do is make you guys go deaf on Father's Day. We'll wait till next Friday because then I won't give a shit anymore, even if you are a dad, right? So... The problem was I didn't have no damn Costco cookies. I had effing gummy bears. They're pretty damn good because they're squishy and they're kind of hard to chew. But Celsius stuff is stuff you probably should be drinking at 11 o'clock at night. Anyway, till next time.